ASAP. Mr. Pistol Popper, Blocko locked and loaded. Life's a bitch and she pussy pop. Know why? Cause I got her open. That pussy soaking. Fuck is you promoting? Yeah, you claim you rage, you hate it like you live in Oakland. I'ma rack down niggas with the roof bag. Introduce you niggas to the new swag. Niggas say a nigga blew up too fast. Fuck up so stupid all this new ass. Fuck up so stupid all this new cash. $1,000 drawers just to hold my balls. All I ever do is let my juice sag. Pop gone, but the juice back. Get your popcorn, juice snacks. It's a movie, nigga, with a new cast. Get the news flash, let the truth back. This is boom back, mixed with new raps. Look at all the niggas that I blew past. Hood by Ed to the do-rag. Nigga make way for the new jacks.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Oh.
It's Mr. Pistol Popper screaming fuck a copper. I just bought a crispy chopper, finna fuck your block up, blocker. Even crack the pavement, that's for niggas hating. I've been impatiently waiting to show you niggas Satan. All this talk of Illuminati ain't got a clue about me. Bitch, I'm Trill Illuminati and got my crew behind me. Shooters round me, keep them looters round me. Keep a tool around me, it'll keep you fools from round me. Couple of them dudes around me, with a gat, with a strap in a backpack. When they cat, leave you flat, better bad back on a fast track, better attack. Nigga, that's that, nigga, pass that, finna ash with a hashtag. Got a cash stacks with an ass, finna smash that. Nigga, catch that, ASAP, then I pass that off to my niggas, then she asked with a cash app. I see dead people. I need dead people. Lord, pretty Flacco, bitch. I behead people. Nail and kiss the rain. All hail the king. Long live ASAP. Put that on everything.
Alright. Motherfucker. Yeah. 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 Alright. ASAP. Yeah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. To the morning after, we're back. First episode since the Super Bowl. It's the morning show that makes bad beats, bad bets feel a little bit better. And I got news for you. Even took a day off, and I still don't feel any better about my bad beats from the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But, Josh, you were able to be in New Orleans.
I was.
We're pretty much going to talk about the Super Bowl for almost the entire episode today.
I assume so.
But a lot happened.
Mm-hmm.
You were at the Bowl.
I was.
A lot to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
How was your weekend?
It was good, dude. We had a lot of fun. We went to the casino the first night.
I did see that.
Won a bunch of money, both of us.
Let's go.
Crazy. Did not think that was
What were you guys playing?
Blackjack.
Wow.
We were ripping blackjack.
Okay.
With Mahomes' financial advisor.
No way.
Yeah, he was sitting there.
That's the last person I'd
He
want
looks
to be
exactly
playing blackjack if I'm Pat Mahomes.
Yeah. He looked He wasn't playing with that. He was playing like $100 hands, and I'm sure he could be playing more than that.
Financial advisor playing blackjack.
He looks exactly like Brett Favre,
Wow.
like identical to Brett Favre.
Wow.
Played with him, won a bunch of money.
Did you get his number?
No. Won a bunch of money, and then drank a little bit. Went home. Saturday, went to a nice dinner. Went out.
Nice.
Saw a bunch of like crazy people, like Kevin Costner was there, and
Let's go.
Miles Teller.
Miles
pretty
Teller's
sick.
Goated.
And then the game, dude. I mean, the game was. I mean, it it was like terrible for us.
Let's get to
we were on the Chiefs. We were on the Chiefs.
Let's just start at the top.
Top?
I have a lot of thoughts on that game. A lot of opinions.
Yeah.
On that game. I mean, yeah, I feel like we just have to start where the chat wants us to start, which is they did not do it again. I mean, we said it all year. We said the Chiefs are just going to do it again. They got to the big dance. They had a chance to do it again, and they did not do it. And I feel like this was the Chiefs team that we all thought they were all year, and it just happened to happen in the biggest game. They played horrible all year. They looked horrible all year, and somehow they just kept squeaking their way by. Mm-hmm. And then it felt like we got to the biggest game, and everything that everyone was saying about the Chiefs kind of came true all at once. I mean, the game was over the minute DeAndre Hopkins dropped the first pass of the game. The game was over after Travis Kelce didn't convert that first down in the first quarter. Like, I've never seen them play that bad, and I think it's a testament to how good this Eagles team is. And I feel like this was an Eagles team, which we're going to talk about towards the very end of the show, that I feel like nobody wanted to take seriously because of Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
And we kind of let that blind us a little bit. And I think, definitely was someone that was a part of that group that didn't believe in Jalen Hurts, and that's why I didn't believe in the Eagles, because I thought, when that temperature turns up, he's done it so many times, he's going to fold, and he's going to look bad, and he's going to lose the game for the Eagles. But, I mean, credit to him, he came out, he looked phenomenal. That Eagles defense from the jump seemed to have everything figured out with Pat Mahomes. And I think it was what Tom Brady said that the Buccaneers did, just let him run around, and he'll turn the ball over. And I think looking back on the game, I watched the highlights yesterday after seeing that quote, and they really did that. Like, the plan was to let Pat Mahomes get off platform and try to make a play. And every time he got off platform, he either turned the ball over or almost turned the ball over. And the one time he stayed in the pocket, I mean, the game was already over, he delivered an absolute strike to Xavier Worthy.
So was right in front of us.
Yeah.
Like, literally, you could tell right when it left his hands, it's like, oh, it's touchdown.
And that was one of the only times he delivered a deep pass from in the pocket.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I think the real problem with the Chiefs was their offensive line. Like, their offensive line, they didn't blitz a single time. The Eagles didn't bring more than 4 people a single time the entire game, and they got a 50% pressure rate. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
That's fucking insane. Like, that's actually absurd. Like, that's the key, because if you can drop 7 every single play against Patrick Mahomes and get pressure 50% of the time, you're going to win games. Like, you're going to win games against everybody with
100%.
like if you do that. It doesn't matter who you play. That's pretty much the only way you can beat Patrick Mahomes. That's what the Bucs did. They didn't blitz him pretty much at all. They got him off balance with 4 pretty much every time. And the Chiefs defense, they sold out to stop Saquon way too much. I think you can't leave. I don't care how good Saquon Barkley is. Every single fucking play of that game, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith were one-on-one in press man coverage. Like, eventually they're going to score. They're going to make big plays. Like, they're not robots. Like, if the Eagles could have done that to the Chiefs, I think, because the Chiefs receivers aren't like that. Mm-hmm. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are like that. Like, you can't let them do that all game. Like, you can let Saquon eat a little bit. And, like, Saquon ate against the Rams, didn't he? Mm-hmm. Rams are right in that game. Like,
yeah.
I just think you can't let them throw the ball.
I agree. It felt like the Chiefs just had, like, the Madden plan, where it's like, oh, you picked the Eagles, I'm just going to try to stop Saquon. And
that's all it was. That's literally all they did.
But then I think
they did stop him. Like, they stopped him very well.
No, they did. I mean, dude, Saquon Barkley had fucking 25 carries for 57 yards.
Yeah,
that's, I think, the worst he's played all year. Maybe in 3 years, that's the worst he's played.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
But at the same time, like, they put up 40 points against you. They beat them in every phase of the game.
Every phase of the game.
It wasn't even close.
I think also just a credit to Jalen Hurts, because I think the Chiefs' game plan was clearly make Jalen Hurts beat us. Like, Saquon Barkley is not going to beat us today. He's not going to get a touchdown. He's not going to get more than 2 yards a carry, and we're going to make Jalen Hurts beat us. And, I mean, as much as I wanted to, I think if we did the show yesterday, I would have come out here and, like, really started hammering down on the Chiefs. I mean, they played one of the worst games I've ever seen in my entire life. But Jalen Hurts really did everything that the Eagles asked of him and everything that the Chiefs thought he wasn't going to do.
Yeah.
And has really just emerged as one of my favorite players. Just in terms of that kid's or that man's mentality and the way that he handles himself and the way that he speaks. And I feel like now that the game is over, I can finally say that I like Jalen Hurts. But, obviously when we're rooting for the Eagles all playoff or the Chiefs all playoffs and rooting for the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, it's hard to give him his flowers in that moment. But, after the game, Jalen Hurts is probably my favorite NFL player maybe of all time, just in terms of his story, in terms of the way he speaks, in terms of the way he carries himself, the things that he's been through, the way that we've treated him as media and as fans of the Eagles have treated him. But man, dude, I do need to take a second here because the Chiefs fucking suck cock, dude.
Yeah.
That was one of the worst games I've ever seen a team play.
Yeah.
Pacheco and Kareem Hunt combined for
7 rushes.
fucking carries.
6 carries. Dude,
How do you not run the ball at all? I don't care if you're down 10.
That's what I kept saying that to
ball.
Trent. I was like, dude, you are down. They were on 17-0 and they fucking would not run the ball. And Patrick Mahomes was getting sacked every fucking play. Literally every play. And then they gave the ball, they didn't even look bad when they got the ball. They got 3-4 yards, but that's what you're supposed to do. That's like the base run, 3-4 yards, and then you rip one off.
No.
That was pissing me off so much.
It just seemed like Andy Reid didn't call a single play correctly, but
No.
also Pat Mahomes looked fucking horrendous in that first half, and it never seemed like, even when you look and I think this is the difference, and that why I tweeted at 2 a.m. because I couldn't fall asleep. The debate GOAT was never a debate, or the GOAT debate was never a debate. It's Tom Brady, 50 yards of shit, then Pat Mahomes. Because of what that sideline looked like when the Chiefs went down early. Whenever you watch Tom Brady, and I grew up having to watch Tom Brady 2 times a year, and then obviously like everyone else in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl, when the Patriots went down, that man was on the sidelines like it was never say die. That first half, Pat Mahomes, just his face, his body language, he went up and dapped everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but it was the most unenergetic, no personality, all right, boys, I got us, we're good. There was no energy on that sideline, dude.
Yeah.
And it just felt like, even when we talk about Travis Kelce or Rob Gronkowski, even Travis seemed done after that first quarter. I don't know what was going on with this Chiefs team. I think it felt like they came into this game going, oh, we've already beat this Eagles team. We'll just do it again.
Yeah.
And the Eagles came into this game going, we are going to literally melt your face off in every phase of the game. And that's what happened. And then you go into the half down 24-0, and you come out and you go 3 and out again. You just can't do that.
You run the ball one time.
But I think it starts with Nick Sirianni, first quarter, first drive, 4th and 2, throw the ball to A.J. Brown, take the top off a little bit, and completely shock the Chiefs. Now we have our foot on the gas. And that set the tone, though.
But they called that back, though.
But that set the tone of, this is how we're going to play this ball game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's a product of Spagnuolo fucking going one-on-one with A.J. Brown in press man. I don't understand it. Every single play. They got outcoached.
In every facet. There was not a single facet.
On the field and off the field, they got beat so badly. I was talking to I don't think I've ever seen a Super Bowl that bad.
No, that was the worst Super Bowl of all time. But first of all, that was offensive PI. But that just sent the message of this is how we're going to play this game. And I think, when you're Andy Reid, I didn't see him do one thing. They didn't try one crazy Chiefs play. They didn't try one fourth. They really didn't. It just seemed like every time, what it felt like, and I'm sure this wasn't the case, it felt like the minute they didn't get that first down on second down, the drive was over.
Yeah.
They had no play for a 3rd and long. They had no play even for a 3rd and short because you couldn't run the ball. They didn't get their running backs out. It just seemed like Andy Reid had no solution for what was happening in front of him.
OG Sauer saying don't sugarcoat it. It's you're not sugarcoating it. They got
fucked in the street, dude.
Yeah.
That was the worst. That was the most embarrassing Super Bowl performance from a team I've ever seen. And I want to give the Eagles defense credit, but also that was the worst I've ever seen a quarterback look in a big moment if you're Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
Nick Foles looked better. Blake Bortles looked better in the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes, that is the worst Super Bowl performance out of a quarterback of all time. Those picks were fucking egregious. At least Jalen Hurts' arm punt. That's fine. But if you're Pat Mahomes, the pick 6 of Cooper DeJean, which, by the way, shout out Cooper DeJean on his birthday with
that
pick
was sick.
6.
Yeah, that was dope.
You can't make that up. Rookie year, birthday, Super Bowl in New Orleans, pick 6. You can't make that shit up. But he was playing so bad, he had the Eagles linebackers going, I'm going to get one.
Yeah.
I'm going to get one.
Yeah.
I'm going to get one. And then getting one, dude. Like, he was throwing dog shit.
The one to DeJean was awful. The
Dude,
one
it
to
was
Zach
horrible.
Bond, his left
Horrible.
tackle just got pushed into his lap when he threw the ball. Like,
Horrible.
his tackles, Jawan Taylor is the worst offensive lineman in the NFL.
The worst.
That dude literally never does anything right.
The worst.
And Trey Smith, he supposed to be one of the better guards in the league. He got fucking bullied by Jalen Carter all night.
And, dude, I do, like, again, everyone's like, don't sugarcoat it. Like, I do want to give the Eagles credit. They came out and they outplayed the Chiefs in every facet. But the Chiefs just looked that bad.
They never gave themselves a chance to win that game.
Not once.
Because, I mean, I just can't fathom the Eagles being that much better. You know what I mean? Like, I think that the Chiefs had to have played bad. It almost seemed like the Eagles played perfect, and the Chiefs played as bad as they could.
As bad as you could play.
Like, it was just that lopsided.
As bad as you could play, dude. They played as bad. They played as bad as I've seen a football team play this year, including college football.
Yeah.
Like, that was, dude, the mistakes on the defensive side of the ball. I will say, though, and nobody's talking about it, I think the Chiefs got a little bit unlucky with some of the flags.
Oh,
I think
100%.
there was a couple flags that you don't throw. Yeah, the McDuffie one was
in the
really
beginning
bad.
of the game. That was so
really
bad.
But I think there was, and, you know, the whole narrative going into the game was refs. And I think there was a couple times where the Chiefs got kind of fucked out of some flags on third downs. That could have changed the game a little bit. But again, you don't want to talk about the refs. You don't want to be that guy, so I'm not going to be that guy. But I think the Chiefs did get a little unlucky with a couple of those flags.
The Nick Bolt.
Yeah, the
late hit on Saquon Barkley.
Dude, I mean, that was such a joke.
Yeah.
Like, that was genuinely such a fucking joke.
He thought that he had that's like in every situation in the
break,
football.
dude.
And he he didn't even hit him that hard. He just kind of
give me a break.
That was
dude.
crazy.
That was insane. But I think they did get a little bit unlucky in that facet and that side of the game. But I will say, if you're the Chiefs, you take those flags back, you still look like
I mean, they
shit.
still
like
lost
you still
that
look
game
like
no
the
matter
worst
what,
football team in America. And dude, I just hated the response. There was no one on that sideline other than Chris Jones clip farming and being like that upset, which
was so.
Which, by the way, like, dude, you're a grown ass man.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing, falling to your knees while your team throws
After
a turnover?
D-Hop, yeah.
If I'm Pat Mahomes, I'm like, dude, what is that? Like, are you shitting me? But I mean, there was zero energy on that sideline of like, let's come back. That first half, they died. That first half, it was dead. It was over. That game was over in the first half. There was never a chance of them coming back. Because, dude, they didn't even come out looking ready to play in the second half. They didn't come out trying to run the ball through somebody's face. No one came out, made a play, immediately 3 and out. And it's just, that was the worst, I think, coach game. That was the worst played game. And in terms of an attitude or an energy, it felt like the Chiefs just wanted to lay down after that first half, which is why I think a lot of people on the internet now are saying there really is no debate. Because Tom Brady came back 28-3, and when they came back out of that locker room in that second half in that Super Bowl, it was foot on the gas. We go. And the Chiefs came out down 24-0, 3 and out punt. Like, Josh, zero energy. Literally not. There was not an ounce of even a singular play in that second half that I went, all right, they might do it. Like, it was
once they got
over the minute it was over.
Once they got stopped on the first drive, it was done. It was like, okay, well, they just have no chance. Because it was a 3-possession game, right? They're down 24-0. They can score 3 straight, get all the 2s, which is still impossible against that defense.
It was done.
And they didn't get the first drive.
And you want to talk about a cherry on top? How about Tom Brady being able to announce that game?
Yes.
Oh, my God, dude.
That's pretty funny.
That must have hit like crack in the 90s of GTA. Yeah. Like, he must have been just – I know he didn't show it. There was one time, fourth quarter, he was like – and, you know, the one thing about number 15 on red is this game isn't over till it's over. Like, if I'm the Eagles, I'm not holding my breath yet. And it was like, brother, I know you're just saying that to say that. In the back of your head, this game is over. And you're like, that might have been – I've had some really great hate watches in my life. That might have been the greatest hate watch someone has ever been able to endure. Just Brady being in that booth, just watching Pat Mahomes crumble and the debate go from, like, here to just levels, dude. Levels. Because now Pat Mahomes not only has the worst Super Bowl loss of all time, he's got the worst Super Bowl performance of all time. And Tom Brady came back 28-3. So now there is no discussion now. Like, it almost felt like the NFL was setting us up to go, Pat Mahomes came back 24-0, now he's the greatest. And instead it just went the complete opposite way. Yeah. So that might have been the greatest hate watch of all time.
100%. Me and Trent were actually, I asked Trent if it makes a difference that Brady also put up one of the biggest stinkers in Super Bowl history, but they won the game.
No, doesn't even compare.
No.
This was the worst performance beating of all time in a massive game.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah.
Like, it doesn't get worse than
Well,
that.
when you win the game, it doesn't really matter if you
pick six.
You could literally do whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Pick 6, 2 turnovers. Like, there's
Dude, also, worst play of the game, I'm sure you remember this, that I think it was a 4th down play. Yeah, it was a 4th down. It was like 4th and 2, and they ran a quick out with D-Hop. It was the laziest route, laziest throw of all time on a 4th and 2, and that DB just like went in there and
Dude,
tipped it with his left
literally,
hand.
it didn't even look like the DB had to sprint. He just leaned
That's what I'm
his
saying.
hand
It was
over
the
and just slapped
laziest
it.
route and laziest throw of all time on a fucking 4th and 2 in the Super Bowl. Like, that shit pissed me off. Pissed me off.
Talk about pissing me off. That was, and I know everyone's already loading up the comments right now. That was the worst halftime show of all time.
God,
and
it
I
was
want
so
everyone to
bad.
know. I promised Trent I'd be in the bathroom. You can ask anyone in that venue. I was in the bathroom the entire halftime show.
Did you
which
watch
is,
it?
Which is a long ass time, dude. I didn't
It
realize
was
the halftime show was
like
like
20 minutes.
15. Dude, I was in the bathroom like 15 minutes just on my
Yeah.
phone. I didn't watch it, but they had it blasting in the bathroom, so I had to hear it. That was the worst halftime show of all time after checking social media and seeing, one, I want to hear from you how actually dead the stadium was because it looked fucking dead.
Dude.
The amount of group chats I was in that got texted like, bro, this shit is ass, and they're not even like Drake fans, and
Yeah.
they don't even give a fuck about it. Like, even my sister who like loves all kind of music, whatever it is, like doesn't care for anything like that, texted me because this was the worst halftime show of all time.
Yeah.
She's like, we changed the channel. It was so bad.
Dude, it looked cool. Like, the visuals were sick on TV. Like, that's for sure. In the stadium, I would be shocked if 1,000 people in there knew the words to his songs. I'm not even joking. Like, every single person around us was just standing still, watching. Nobody was dancing.
Dude, and I got news for you. I was at the Usher one. He burnt the house.
Yeah, but that's
down. That was
Usher,
like
like-
the greatest performance I've ever. Like, Usher banged, dude.
They probably shouldn't have rappers at the Super Bowl because
agree.
rap's not like a super
Yeah.
popular
No.
genre, like in general. Like, for younger people it is, but like if you have like country or like Rihanna, like pop, like Rihanna's like
was
the epitome of
Everyone
like
hated
that's
on
like the
Rihanna's
perfect one.
so hard. That was,
It was
my
so
favorite.
good.
Dude. That was like my favorite.
So good.
And she
Like,
was pregnant while she did it.
Rihanna's like, or like even like Beyonce. Like, I don't love Beyonce's music, but like she's so big and everybody knows her music.
Yeah,
It's like
100%.
I just don't understand why
100%.
he was, and also him making it all about Drake and like dissing him like literally the entire time is just the dumbest shit of all
It's
time.
so dumb, dude.
Like, I like Kendrick, but like that just
You're also like a grown man.
that's what I'm saying. It's like,
Like,
and you
beefing with another
he
grown
literally
man.
didn't play his good music because he wanted to beef with Drake. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
all your old shit is so good. It's so much
Dude,
better than the new shit.
I will talk about it because they talked about it on First Take, so I don't give a fuck. I think it is fucking hysterical that Drake has that much real estate in people's heads that Serena Williams came out to dance.
Yeah.
Like, I saw Stephen A. talk about it. If I was Serena Williams' husband and she was like, yo, I'm going to do this halftime show to get back at my ex, if that's chill. You have a child and a family at home. Why are you still trying to get one back on your ex? Like,
Yeah.
who gives a
That's what I'm
fuck,
saying.
dude?
Well, dude,
if
and-
I'm a grown man, let's say I have like an ex that like I'm not really great friends with, whatever it is, like that I hold something against, and someone was like, yo, you have a chance to like go on this like big stage and like get one back on them, and I have a family and kids, even if I don't have family and kids, if it's been 5, 10, 15 years, you can catch me anywhere else than doing some dumb ass shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, people
Like,
saying
grow the fuck up.
people saying that it wasn't all about Drake. Literally every 3 minutes there was like a hint at him. It was like he would start playing Not Like Us, be like, oh, you know they love to sue, whatever the fuck he said. Like,
Yeah.
and then he wouldn't play it. Like, he like kept hinting at him. It was just like, it's kind of lame on it. It was like actually very lame for how shitty
very
the
lame.
performance was.
Yeah, not
like
only
if it was sick, like if it was like if the performance there was sick and like everybody knew his music and he was dissing someone, like that'd be dope.
Yeah.
But like it's hard to like get behind you when like you think you're being so sick and everyone in the stadium's dead quiet. It's tough to get behind it.
It was horrible.
Tough to get behind.
It was horrible. I guess Sonny Dutchy wants to talk about it. You're a grown-ass man on your knees. We saw the video. Yeah, I had $1,000 on Hollywood Brown to score a touchdown.
Yeah, he scored and OPI.
And he scored. And then they called OPI on Juju Smith-Schuster. So I couldn't really control my emotions at that point because nothing else was going right. And that 1,000 would have literally made back not close to everything that I had bet on the bowl, but it would have put me in a spot where I could have walked away from the game and been like, all right, that wasn't too bad of a game. That was horrible, dude.
Yeah. And
that
then,
was,
of course, D-Hop
dude, and I talked about it. I wanted to take D-Hop, but I just didn't
Yeah.
feel like he was going to get the
so
volume.
That was so
I didn't feel like he was going to get the volume. I didn't think he was going to get the ball. And I wanted to stay away from Xavier Worthy because I didn't know if a rookie was going to go crazy in the bowl. I should have just trusted his best wide receiver on the team, who was Xavier Worthy all year. To get the touchdown called back, so now that's 2 years in a row where I've lost $2,000 combined on touchdown scores in the Super Bowl. To get it called back and then the next play be the guy that I really wanted to take, dude, I have never been in that much rat.
Yeah.
Like, I have never been in that much just, like, genuine moose piss.
Me and Trent were sitting there frozen. We were like, dude, Mikey is going to die in GTA.
Dude, I was in moose.
I'm sure.
I was in...
Like, literally worst case
moose.
scenario, yeah. Worst case scenario.
Dude, there wasn't a scenario you could make up that would have been worse than that.
Not a single one.
And keep in mind, Josh, I'm going to list the people who scored in the Super Bowl. You ready? A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, DeAndre Hopkins, Xavier Worthy, Jalen Hurts. No position outside of Jalen Hurts was a non-wide receiver.
Yeah.
I could have picked any other wide receiver other than Juju and got the touchdown. And I wanted to take Devontae Smith, but then I didn't want to bet against McDuffie. McDuffie ended up being on A.J. Brown.
Yep.
I didn't want to take Xavier Worthy because he was a rookie, ended up scoring 2. Didn't want to take DeAndre Hopkins because his odds are almost plus 500. So I settled with Hollywood. Fucking Brown. And he scored. And Juju Smith-Schuster and his fat ass couldn't get out of the way, dude.
Yeah.
Couldn't get out of the way. Dude, the range of emotions when he scored and I immediately saw the flag.
You knew it was
I
OPI.
was like,
when he was that wide open, it has to be OPI.
Oh my God, dude. I was in
that video was crazy.
shambles.
That video was crazy.
Dude, I was in shambles.
I'm sure, yeah. I knew you were. Like, me and Trent looked at each other. We were like, dude. That is brutal. And
Like,
Trent was already just in rat the entire. Trent literally was sat down the entire second half and like couldn't even see the game because the people in front of us were standing up. He was just watching on the little TV above us.
Dude, I just couldn't even. And I don't throw around $1,000 bets a lot, so when I do one, like I get really invested in it.
I mean, yeah.
Dude, it was like at least in last year's bowls, like Debo was wide open, but Brock underthrew him, and Trent was able to McDuffie was able to get under it and
play,
like just tip it out, and it was like an unreal play.
It's like, okay,
it's like
tip
all
your
right,
cap.
chalk that to the game, tip the cap, whatever. To see one actually go through the hoop and like see the graphic and like touchdown Hollywood Brown and be like, oh my God, I had $1,000 bet go through. Like, let's fucking go. Like, I'm not 0 for 2 in Super Bowl touchdown scores bet in a Super Bowl where every wide receiver scored. Yeah. Dude, I didn't even want to be there anymore. Like, I know what Trent feels like, and he had 10x what I had just on the Chiefs. Dude, I didn't even want to be in the venue anymore, dude. Like, I genuinely just didn't even want to be in the venue.
Dude, after the first Chiefs drive, the 3 and out, I look over, Trent's on his phone on Twitter, GG, tweet. Just game over already. And then after the Eagles scored the next touch, like the touch on the next drive, I'm pretty sure he tweeted, I'm really happy for all you Eagles fans.
He did.
Yeah.
And I just want to say it. Can somebody let me know that I could have got the best team in sports at Plus Chicken in Super Bowl?
You could have.
I could have gotten the best team in football at Plus Chicken in Super Bowl.
They were 16-1 their last 17 games. Kind of crazy.
No, I mean,
they started
it's
2-2.
I mean,
mean,
it's just like, you can't make it up. There's nothing.
It was just so bad. It was just so
Dude,
bad.
nothing went right for me in the Super Bowl. Like nothing. There was not a facet of the game that went correctly for me in the Super Bowl. Like I don't know what it is, but I was just in rat from start to finish.
Yeah.
The anthem hooking under
That was crazy.
was the start of it.
Insane.
Was literally the start of everything to go wrong was that anthem hooking under after he said one line 3 times and held for as long as he could. For that anthem to hook under, I was in rat.
Right. Did you watch any commercials?
No, we were doing Prize Picks had like an event and Krabs and I were emceeing, so every time there was like a commercial break or something, we had like mics and we were going over the people that had a chance to win a mill. This guy, dude, Denzel, he had Jake Elliott field goals, so sharp, green as ma. He had I have the lineup. I tailed all them so I could talk to them about it. He had Jake Elliott field goals. He had That's the Way I Like It. He had Xavier Worthy receiving yards.
Free. Free.
And then he had Pacheco less than receiving targets at 1.5. And in that third quarter, Pacheco already had 1, and Pat threw the most meaningless dump down of all time, dude. And that's why I don't bet unders, because now it's dead. You have no chance of coming back. It's dead.
Dead.
I felt so bad. He had like 4 of his boys there. They were like, please. $1 million, dude.
It's crazy. There was only 3 guys there too.
I know, dude. And all of them won flexes. So all of them hit 2 out of 3. It's insane. The other guy, though, dude, there was one guy I felt so bad, dude. He took Saquon first 5, dude. And I was like, that's why you don't do that.
That was so, dude. You
that's
take
why
that.
you
You
don't do
take
that.
that less than.
But that's why you don't do that, dude. That's why I don't do first 5s. That's why I don't do unders. Because when they chalk, it's over so quick. Dude, I felt so bad for the guy Denzel because it was like actually at Tabe, and like all he needed Pat Mahomes to do was like not throw a check down 45 points, and he threw a check down literally, I think it was 4 plays after Worthy turned green, and it was like no.
That's so brutal.
No.
That's actually brutal.
And then this girl Claudia, she got really close too. Or no, actually, no, yeah, she got really close too. She had Xavier Worthy receiving yards. Or no, she had DeAndre Hopkins receiving yards, ma. She had Jalen Hurts touchdown, ma. And then Pat Mahomes completion percentage. I know. 68.1, he had 65.6.
Dude.
On that last drive, if he threw 4
he
passes and completed them and then threw 1 incompletion, it would have cashed.
Well, if he didn't fucking hit Worthy on that bomb, probably.
Yeah. No, that was the drive.
Yeah.
They were like, they were doing the math, and on that drive where it took 1 play because he threw a bomb, if he threw 4 passes and completed them, that would have covered. Rat, dude. 2 people missed out on a mill in the most rat fashion possible, dude.
How about, honestly, I just want to bring this up, play of the game, when the fucking Eagles were up 17-0, and they were at half field, and just first play shot to Devontae Smith. That was sick. Like, that was pretty sick.
And you tell me, dude, I wanted to bet him so bad.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. Kellen Moore literally called game.
Yeah, and also...
And he's leaving, too. That was a crazy narrative, that he took a job the night before the game.
Yeah, that's insane.
But
I don't know if I'm him, dude. I'd rather stay.
Ooh, be a head coach. Did you see that Cliff Kingsbury was offered the head coaching spot at the Saints, and he said no?
I'm not shocked. I think he knows what he has in Jaden Daniels, and he wants to burn that for a long time. But, dude, if I'm Kellen Moore, like you, I think this was not only I'm not going to say full demise of the Chiefs because they're the Chiefs. They will be back with Pat Mahomes. Like, they're going to be fine if you're a Chiefs fan. Don't ring the alarms. Don't sound the alarms. DeAndre Hopkins retired after the game, so you're good. You're good. But this was really, I do truly believe, and I don't think it's an overreaction, the birth of this Eagles dynasty because everyone's young and everyone's paid. And everyone
not everyone's paid.
But all the pieces you need are paid.
Not Jalen
AJ,
Carter.
Devonta. But he's on a rookie deal for another 2 years, I'm pretty sure.
That's what I'm saying. But,
but that's fine.
You got a couple years.
Dude, a dynasty in football, you win 2 out of 4, you're good.
Yeah.
You're cemented, dude. Like, everyone that they need, they have right now. And, like, that D-line, dude.
Sweat's probably gone. They can't pay him. I don't think he's gonna get a bag somewhere.
But they're
Trying to think
they're
of, like, who
incredible,
else.
dude. This is a great team.
They're
Jalen
good.
Hurts, I think, is now.
Are they gonna be able to keep Becton? He might be gone as well.
Dude, fuck him.
He's good.
Just plug and play with another big guy on that Eagles line.
Well,
Like, it doesn't matter.
Well, dude, I mean, I give him so much respect in that game. That he was playing through a knee injury the entire time. He was literally kept coming on and off the field, and he would literally fall down on a play and have to get picked back up like by everybody, and you just go right back out. And
He's a drama king,
Right.
dude.
he
He's a
played
drama
good.
king. He's a drama king. He had a hurt knee in the Jets. Couldn't even fucking get on the field. He's bitching so hard. Fuck Makai Becton.
Ballin has to get paid too. Zach Ballin has to get paid.
But
He was their best player on defense this year.
that game, and it just feels like because the closest thing I have to it, in terms of relating like those performances, it was just a Power 5 college basketball team coming out to play a team just in terms of like mindset. It looked like the Chiefs thought they were prime Duke and they were playing Vanderbilt in basketball. Like that's what it felt like. There was just, it didn't seem like even pregame that the Chiefs had any respect for what this Eagles team had done this year, and the Eagles came in being like, this will not happen again. And
Yeah. It did.
that's what it was, dude. The Eagles came out and were as good as they were telling us they were, but no one wanted to believe it, and they spanked them, and it's just brutal.
Yeah, dude, I was thinking about this. You need to change the background on your phone to you with the confetti falling until next year when you hit that bet.
Fuck that, dude.
Like Jalen Hurts did.
Dude. Yeah, that's also really cool that he just.
It was cool, but now you got to do it.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone has seen that photo. But we were at this place in Dallas where Prize Picks was throwing this party, and they had confetti guns. And after the Super Bowl lost, I was getting showered with confetti while in pure rat. Like pure rat. Just covered in confetti, not having an ounce of life left in my body. Like,
Make that the
that's after
background.
Hollywood botched it. That's after the Chiefs got smoked. That's after Worthy scored his second touchdown. I was in Radimus.
That's so funny too that you were just in rat the entire game. You had to get up and interview these people that have a chance to win $1 million.
Dude, after the Hollywood Brown called back touchdown, we had to talk to Denzel because he turned another square green. I was just like, dude, this is fucking rat.
Oh, it's so
This is fucking rat.
So good.
This is fucking rat.
Next year. You know, you and Trent are going to get it next year. You're 0-2. He's 0-6 on Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Next year. Hopefully, just keep the fucking Chiefs out of the Super Bowl so we don't have to, like, worry about them.
Yeah, I'm done with the Chiefs. I will say I saw something this morning. I don't know if it's true, Josh. I do want to talk about it for a second. If this is true, like if this tweet is true and I'm not getting like sentelled, the Chiefs never had a fucking chance, dude. The Chiefs never had a fucking chance if this is true, what I'm about to read to you. Travis Kelce reportedly felt hopeless watching Taylor Swift mercilessly get booed during the Super Bowl. Travis was aware of Taylor getting booed, and he felt helpless. Seeing the look on her face got to him. He always protects her, and it broke his heart via the Daily Mail, and the Daily Mail can sometimes not be very reliable. Brother, if you're focused on the fucking big screen and who's getting booed while you're in the goddamn Super Bowl, that's why the Chiefs lost, dude. I've never seen a more unlocked team, if that's true, that you're worried about who the fuck is getting booed, dude. And you add, dude, and you know what is fucking cherry on top? Cherry on top is they were interviewing Jalen Hurts at Disney, which, by the way, I think that's the coolest tradition of all time. The Super Bowl MVP just goes to Disney and just has a ball. He's like on the Tron ride after just banging out Pat Mahomes. They asked Jalen Hurts, I think it was, what do you think about the fans that yell at you during the game? And he's like, I can't hear him. So I don't listen. So we got Jalen Hurts saying he doesn't listen to anything or anyone that's going on outside the game. And we got Travis Kelce saying he was on the sideline like a little baby back bitch feeling hopeless for his $1 billion girlfriend who's getting booed by Philadelphians. Like, give me a break, dude. That's what we're worried about?
That's actually insane.
When we're down 24 in the first half, we're worried about our $1 billion girlfriend who's up in a box getting booed by Philadelphians. Like, this is the shit. This is the shit, dude. Where when I put my money on a team and I hear some bullshit like, dude, if I'm Taylor Swift, I'm worth so much money. You can boo me every day for the rest of my life. I don't give a fuck.
Why the fuck do
dude.
you care? Yeah,
you can boo me while I'm eating dinner. I don't give a fuck.
I fucking hate Taylor Swift, dude. The fact that she brings Ice Spice to the Super Bowl back to back,
but
I hate Taylor Swift.
But I don't want to do that with their fan base. So
I'll do all of it.
But
I hate it.
Travis Kelce, brother, feeling like you need to protect her, dude, I got news for you. Focus on the fucking football game. Because you dropped 2 passes in the first half. 2. And CJ Gardner-Johnson, dude, have a fucking day on Instagram with that motherfucker. Like, have a day with Travis Kelce because he deserved it. He played like dog shit. He talked shit. He wore the dumbest fucking outfit to the game. And then he said he was worried about Taylor Swift getting booed. What the fuck are we talking about here, man? And somehow, after all we've talked about, Josh, the biggest loser is Travis Kelce's ex. Why were the exes?
Dude.
Why?
Blowing Eagles shit, too. It's like.
Saying they said there's enough room to get on the wagon.
So weird.
What the fuck was that?
That was so
Why were
weird.
exes just on full display? Like, here's my thing. Why does everyone have so much hate in their heart around the world?
I don't know.
For 2 exes to show up just to get back at their exes to a fucking like, what's with the hate we got in our hearts, man? Like, if you're her, move on, brother. If you're Serena Williams, you got a family. Like, what are we?
Yeah.
Why was there so much X on display, and why was it so hateful?
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, Nate, you are correct. He looked like a bozo and played like a bozo.
Dude, he looked lost all day long, Nate, probably because he's a little boy and he heard his girlfriend getting booed and he couldn't be up there to protect her. If that is fucking true, I'm done. And that's the difference between Gronk and Travis now. If you think Gronk would be in a goddamn Super Bowl with Tom Brady and hear boos and look up at the Megatron and see his girlfriend and give 1 iota of a fuck, you are out of your mind.
Yeah.
You are out of your mind. Out of your mind.
Also, what do you expect from Philly fans?
Dude, what? Yeah, they were doing the chop on you.
That was
like
sick.
Philly fans.
It was actually so disrespectful. It was actually kind of
This
sick.
is the thing, too. Like, as someone that's from the Northeast, and by the way, like, dude, I was in such shambles. I called Gavin, and I was like, I just need you to tell me what it feels like. I need you to tell me what it feels like to win. And he was like, in the club, he was like, dude, I can't describe it. And I just hung up because I was so pissed. But, dude, like, this is the shit, dude. This is the shit. It was literally never, ever, ever, ever a debate when you hear shit like this come out. And it's just like, if that is true, Tom Brady sacrificed his family for that comeback. Like, he was sitting on that bench, head down, sacrificed
I'll give it
his
all
family.
up right now. I'll literally give it all up right now.
There has not been a Super Bowl where Rob Gronkowski had 2 catches. You show me a Super Bowl where Rob Gronkowski had 2 catches, and I'll say Travis Kelce's better. You show me a Super Bowl where Tom Brady was down 24-0 and gave up, I'll tell you who's a better quarterback. Like, there was just never, it was never a fucking doubt. It was never a doubt.
No.
Like, dude, it was never a doubt. It was never, ever, 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 ever a doubt.
It was just never. I hate them so much too. Like, I hate the Chiefs.
It's just like, but here's the thing that I was about to say, Josh. Here's the thing you got to understand. As someone that grew up in the Northeast, I spent a lot, and that's on the New York side of New Jersey. There's 2 sides of New Jersey. You got the southern tip that goes to a different Jersey shore and goes to Philly when they want to go out, and then the northern tip where I'm from, which goes to New York. So I grew up, spent a lot of time with Eagles fans and Philadelphia fans. And you just got to understand that everything is on the table. When you're playing a Philadelphian team, everything is on the table.
Yeah.
They will say and do anything. But that's why you got to love Philadelphia. I hate them, but I love them. I hate them, but I love them. Like, when the Knicks play the Sixers, it's fucking electric. Like, there's nothing better than Knicks, Sixers, Phillies, Yankees, Phillies, Mets. Like, there's nothing better because we hate each other, but we love each other. But I got news for you. If Travis Kelce thought a couple of boos were bad, they did your own goddamn celebration to your fans while you were shitting down your leg worried about Taylor Swift getting booed. And I got news for you, Travis. Step off the field and go sit in the bleeds of an Eagles game in another team's jersey, and you'll actually see what it's like to be around Philadelphia fans. The fact that they only booed her, he should have been like,
When the
Like,
Chiefs,
that's what you got to understand, dude. Everything's on the table when you play Philly. Everything.
Yeah.
Your mother, your father, your sister, your exes. Everything
yeah.
is on the table when you play a Philly franchise.
Dude,
Everything.
When the Chiefs scored their first touchdown, all the Philly fans around us went crazy. Like, they were happy. They were like, "Oh my God, they scored!" Like, they were like,
Dude, of
they were trolling them the entire game.
Of course.
Literally the entire game.
Of course. And that's just what you got to know. That's just what you got. That's what you got to understand. And if you guys follow him from Barstool, this kid Mook went on the streets of Philly. Just watch that 3 minutes, and you'll understand what Philly sports is about, dude. Like, they don't give a fuck, dude. They don't. But they love each other, which is why Philly is also a city of brotherly love. Like, there's just something about Philly you got to understand. And if Travis Kelce was really pissed about that, we need to have some serious conversations. Like, some serious conversations about how undialed this Chiefs team was going into this game.
Yeah, I mean, clearly they weren't.
And you're telling me you're down to Kelce, you're not bringing the girls out?
I know.
How do you not pop Cleve?
Me and Trent got to the game like 4.5 hours early, and there was this like old woman that walked in front of us. It looked exactly like Donna Kelce. We were like, dude, no way, that's her. We were like sitting there for like 5 minutes, like trying to figure out if it was her or not. We figured out it wasn't her.
Mm-hmm.
I just started Gronkowski, but wasn't a large factor in the game with only a few
I ain't
seconds
reading all
left in
that,
the Super
dude.
Bowl. Gronkowski had a chance. Tom Brady's Hail Mary's time expired, but his time for the ball came up short. Gronkowski finished the game with 2 receptions for 26 yards.
What is that in relation to?
The Kelce, you said,
Wasn't
if
that
you
the
show me a
Super
Super
Bowl?
Bowl,
Wasn't that the Super Bowl he was hurt?
I don't know, but they said if you show me a Super Bowl where he has 2 catches, I'll say he's better.
He's not better. He was hurt in that game, dude. I knew it.
Yeah,
that was
he's-
literally the game that there was a Super
he's
Bowl where
definitely
Rob
not-
Gronkowski
yeah.
was fucking like banged up.
Yeah.
And he went to him on a Hail Mary. It's a tight end. We're talking about Hail Marys, dude.
Also, like, I don't think it's a debate that Gronk's a better overall tight end. It's like not even close.
But yeah, I mean, that's just, that's tough. I mean, it was a horrible game from start to finish for the Chiefs. It was a phenomenal game start to finish for the Eagles. Pat Mahomes looked absolutely horrendous. There didn't seem to be any ounce of energy and iota of willingness to want to come back, which I think is the most surprising part.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, there is just every level, dude. Every level they lost that game. They lost the game every level. I mean, the fact, dude, and I just want to, I can't wrap my head around the fact that I'm 0 for 2 on touchdown scores, especially in a game like this. Like, 0 for 2. 0 for 2 with Debo Samuel and Hollywood Brown. 0 for 2. Like, the amount of rat, I can't even begin to explain. Getting a touchdown score like that and then immediately seeing the flag and just knowing I was screwed.
Yeah.
Just knowing I was screwed.
You said wait, right when you said wait, you knew. You knew.
Like, and now I'm going to have to up it next year because it's going to have to be 2 racks because I need to get it back. Not get it back,
Well,
but.
it depends who you take. If you take D-Hop,
Yeah,
you
dude,
only
I
need a
could have had
rack.
5 racks, dude.
You could have paid for 4 more Super Bowl bets.
Like,
4 more years for free.
fuck, dude. And I got Lauren over here putting two different wide receivers in a lineup, cashing
Full
in
smack.
my mouth. And, like, I'm so happy for her, but in the back of my head, I'm going, that's 2 wide receivers I could have had that just turned a lineup green for probably more than I bet on those 2.
100%.
Like, dude, I was in shambles. Shambles. Still celebrated for her, though. That's huge.
Yeah.
But
It's
the
still
fact
rad.
that there was just, you could have made lineups with wide receivers, touchdowns at cash, and
Yeah.
I had the one that, like, you
Should have
just
clicked up a
sometime-
4-man that cashed.
And, like, dude, sometimes it just, you could have, a 4-man of wide receivers at cash. You could have literally paid rent on 4 wide receivers and you would have cashed.
Yep.
And there's just sometimes, dude, that, like, the world just feels like it's against me, and that was one of those times. That was one of
Pip
those times where
says,
it
"Can we-"
felt like the world was just genuinely against me.
Pip says, can we actually bet on wide receivers that have a chance?
Brother,
He scored.
he scored. And if I
He was
told
in
you,
the end zone with the ball in his hands.
and if I told you D-Hop was plus 400, would you have taken that? Does that sound like a wide receiver with a chance?
He had a chance.
Like, I'm pissed, dude.
That's
I'm
what, a
pissed.
25% chance?
But then, yeah, it's also like, why didn't I just take the best wide receiver for the Chiefs? If I'm betting Chiefs, just take Xavier Worthy.
Dude,
why am
see,
I
I would
not taking
think-
the best wide receiver?
I was telling Trent, I was like, we should pick the worst wide receiver for the Chiefs. 'Cause I feel like every year the worst player somehow scores. See, I thought the worst receiver was D-Hop, though.
I did. We took the worst wide receiver.
Well, yeah, he played like the worst. Yeah. But, like, I think, last year, who scored for them last? Oh, McCole Hardman. And then the year before, Sky Moore scored for them the year before.
Why am I not taking McCole Hardman? He was on the Jets that year. I was literally thinking about that, too. Should have just taken McCole Hardman. Could have gotten in overtime. Like, there's just...
And the guy that we were with at Circa when you were at the game, one of the guys that we were with was, like, best friends with McCole Hardman. He was wearing a McCole Hardman Chiefs jersey. And he took him to score a touchdown.
Like, there's just some things that happen to me in my life where Kadarius Toney too. Like, there's just some things that happen to me where, you know, whatever it is, and I'll say this, I get so invested in the guys that I put money on, especially for like that. Dude, it actually took me like a full day to get over yesterday. Like how disastrous of a day Sunday was. Like it took me a full Monday, and I know that people are gonna call that soft and bitching, but dude, just replaying that, it was the perfect slant. It was the perfect slant. Yeah. He had him beat before Juju even stepped in front of him. Like, he already had him beat. He was going to be that wide regardless. Like, that was the first route that I watch it back. Hollywood looked like Hollywood again in terms of his speed off the line. Like, he had already had him beat. Yeah. He already had him beat. Just in shambles, dude. In shambles. But that was the worst. I'm going to be honest, dude. That was the worst Super Bowl of all time. Yeah, it was bad. That was like the biggest waste of time. You could have, if you weren't an Eagles fan, you might as well have just turned that off and just watched Netflix at half. Like, there was no reason to watch it. The minute that first half ended, you could have just changed to Netflix and never watched another ounce of that game again and been totally fine. Like, that was the worst Super Bowl of all time.
Yeah, it was bad. Bad.
Yeah, I mean, this is tough, dude. This is tough. What was your guys' reaction when Hollywood scored?
Well, I knew that it was. I saw the PI, so I told Trent, I was like, "That's not a touchdown." I'm pretty good at that. Seeing the plays, I'm just like, that didn't happen.
Yeah, more like the worst performance in a Super Bowl. Yeah, and maybe not the worst Super Bowl, but the worst performance in a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Chiefs.
It was a good. I mean, it
was a good Super Bowl.
It was a good
Super Bowl.
It was fun, but like not at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, it was cool. Like, the DeJean pick was like right at us. And Mahomes, like, literally was directly in front of us when he threw that ball. So, like, you could see it. Like, you could see the pick the entire time. Like, you could see DeJean just hawking him, just waiting for him to throw it.
Dude, because I guess that was their plan. Like, Tom Brady said it finally after the game. He was just like, our defensive plan was
they play a base defense.
Like, let him run and try to throw. Because I guess when Pat Mahomes, you let him go off platform on purpose, he just turns poop for brains when he can't run.
They played a base defense pretty much all year. Like, Bryce Young, I mean, it's fucking Bryce Young talking about it, but he did an interview before the game. He got asked a question about, like, the difference between the Chiefs defense and the Eagles defense, and he said the Eagles defense is like one of the easier defenses to prepare for based on, like, knowing what they're gonna do, because, like, they pretty much do like two things, he said, but like, it's impossible to beat them because they're all so disciplined. Whereas, like, the Chiefs, like, throw all these, like, weird disguised blitzes at you and, like, weird coverages that, like, to kind of throw the quarterback off. It's a lot harder to prepare for, but also a lot easier to beat if you know what they're doing, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like that fucking dude. Spagnuolo literally shit on Jalen Hurts' life when he sent that corner blitz. Yeah. And had the safety rotate and literally just threw that, like, a layup pick. Like, I mean, that was the only thing that Jalen Hurts did bad all day, but that was a sick play on defense. That was the only good play they had all day.
Mikey, if I told you you're top 25 on an influencer ranking list, what would you say? I'd say that's not real. I'd say, what is the basis they ranked it off of? I would say
shit wagers.
I would
on
say
the Super Bowl.
Was it top 25 of worst wagers in Super Bowl history? Because I'm 0 for 2 on my biggest bets. I would probably say, is this going to be a disrespectful list where we click the link and it's just the worst influencers, but I'm top 25? I also don't consider myself an influencer. I'm like a robot.
I mean, you are an influencer.
I don't think I have influence. I think I just do stuff and people go, wow, that guy's an idiot.
If you're a Pats fan, you love the result in the Super Bowl.
Dude, if you were a Patriots fan, I would have had my balls out.
Yeah.
Playing with myself if I was a Patriots fan, dude. The amount of shit as a Patriots fan you have had to eat for 2 years about this Chiefs team threatening one of the greatest dynasties and teams we're ever going to see in football, and then you get to watch the Chiefs do that. Dude, I wouldn't need to talk to a girl for 3 years. I would be good. I would literally be good. I would be good. Like that had to be top 3 best hate watch of all time.
100%. 100%.
Because of how quickly we went,
Yeah.
Patriots, they're here. How quickly we did that. Like how quickly we just went, yeah, what Tom Brady did was cool. We also forget that Tom Brady beat Pat Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Like we don't talk about that enough, dude.
Yeah.
Like Tom Brady smacked his shit in a Super Bowl.
He did. Like, yeah, that was worse. That Super Bowl was worse than this one, low key. No? I feel like the Chiefs did fucking nothing in that game.
I mean, dude, they did nothing in this game, dude. The only points they had were like garbage time. Like fucking.
It looks like they had like a cool play though. Like the throw to Worthy was cool.
Yeah.
That throw was sick. Like seeing that in person.
The throw to Devontae was almost cooler. It was like whatever the Chiefs did that we thought was cool in that game, like the Eagles just did something way fucking cooler. Every time it felt like. Every time.
Dude, the Chiefs, they might be fucked.
I agree. Dude,
like I'm not gonna. Like,
I didn't want to say it, but like this might have been not the unraveling, but Travis is definitely on his last legs. Dude, he's washed. Like I've never seen a player more washed.
He's done.
Like,
yeah.
If he doesn't retire, you're just wasting. You're wasting time.
They have no receivers.
Dude,
I mean, they have Worthy. Worthy's really good.
Rashi Rice. I think if you got Rashi Rice in a game
hurt,
like that, like you're good. But man, dude, they look so.
Their offensive line is terrible.
And dude, obviously we're gonna overreact. We're gonna be like whatever it is because that was a fucking horrible game, and you want to sit here and be like the Chiefs are done. But then Pat Mahomes is gonna have a revenge arc summer, and he's gonna be just fine, and he's gonna fucking bust, and we're gonna be like, oh, why did we even say that? But it is so hard looking at that last product to not go, dude. Where like the Chiefs are gonna be in shambles. D-Hop sucks cock. Hollywood sucks cock. Xavier Worthy's good. Travis Kelce's washed. That running back room had 6 carries. Like damn.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Andy Reid.
Damn.
Called the game like a robot.
Dude, a robot. Like that was also the surprising part, Josh. I know you had the Chiefs too sitting there pregame, at least for myself, really not worried at all with the coaching matchup because I think Andy Reid could coach circles around Nick Sirianni. And by halftime going, dude, I haven't seen Andy Reid make one call that has made sense.
Vic Fangio literally fucking bullied Andy Reid all day.
All day, dude.
All day.
And it didn't seem like Andy Reid ever got his footing. And you can tell when a coach gets their footing after like a couple bad plays, like, okay, now we're starting to read, now we're starting to figure it out. It didn't feel like he got his footing one time.
Yeah, they didn't run the ball because they fucking threw a gazillion screens in the game. That's why. That was how they were trying to run the ball, like on the perimeter with Xavier Worthy. It wasn't working very well. Worked one time.
And I know Pacheco's a little banged up, but dude, Pacheco can still run through him. The one carry he had, he got 4 yards. Dude, we'll take that every day of the week.
Give fucking Carson Steele. You have players. Like, just give guys the ball. There was no rhythm ever.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, yay, lads. That's a great way to put that. There was not a single point in that game where the Chiefs looked like they caught a
because you
rhythm.
don't fucking run the ball. Because when it's 2nd and 10, they know you're throwing the ball, and they only bring 4 guys, and they get there fucking every time.
Yeah.
Like, no one could stop Jalen Carter.
No. I mean,
no
dude,
one
Vic
could stop him. Josh Sweat, no one could stop him.
Didn't have to blitz one time, and he dominated that game. That's insane.
Well, that's how you dominate. You get pressure without blitzing. Like, that's how you win.
I know, but not even like a part of him just get a little horny and go, yeah, let's just send it one time.
No, I mean,
like, that's just
they never fucking had to, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm
For
saying.
the beginning of the game, they were getting to him every time. So
That's
it
what I'm
was
saying.
like, I'm literally never going to send anyone. I would send 3. I would have started dropping another guy out.
Dude, and Pat Mahomes on the ball. 2 picks and a fucking fumble, dude.
Yeah.
How shit are you in a Super Bowl, brother?
Yeah. Well, the fumble was. He didn't. Just got blindsided. It was kind of.
Yeah, just get the ball out.
Yeah.
Here's the solution.
He was trying
get
to
the fucking ball.
He was
out.
trying to launch that thing.
Yeah, I know he was. Bitch, dude. Fucking
Sacked 6 times, no blitz.
I'm so out on Pat Mahomes. Not even funny.
Dude, I actually told Trent during the game. I said it's actually crazy that the Eagles got to play the Bears today. That's literally who it looked like they were playing.
Yeah.
They were playing the Bears' offensive line with Caleb Williams back there, just getting licked all game.
And dude,
Can't block a soul.
As if, Josh, it couldn't get any worse for myself. Hollywood scored, then got called back. Chiefs got fucking banged in the street. I had heads. It was tails. I had the over on the anthem. It went under. I wake up Monday and the Jets have released Aaron Rodgers, basically saying he's just done. So we traded for Aaron Rodgers for him to play one shitty year, get 5 wins, release the Enigma documentary, and then just never to be seen again in a Jets uniform. And I think the most frustrating part of it is just that we decided that day to do that. Like, that's the day we decided to be like, hey, guys, we're not bringing Aaron Rodgers back. Like, at this point, at this
You
point.
knew that, no.
No, I mean,
yeah.
but at this point in time, how do you not just move the franchise? Just like, I don't know what we're doing. Like, if we come out this year and we draft Shador and we suck, or we draft a quarterback that Aaron Glenn likes, which, by the way, having a defensive-minded head coach draft a quarterback is
crazy,
literally what the Jets have done, and that's why we've ended up with fucking poopy Sam Darnold and poopy Zach Wilson. But the fact that we're now going to, again, have a defensive-minded head coach draft a quarterback, that's literally like letting Patrick Beverley pick your point guard for the future. Like, that's – in what world would Patrick Beverley be able to identify a point guard that is good at scoring the basketball? He couldn't.
Kirk to the –
no, it's just not happening. Like, if we go from
that would
Rodgers
not
to
be
Kirk,
surprising to me at all.
I would literally be done. I'd be done. I would rather a year of Tyrod Taylor. Like, that's where I'm at right now. But my point being, at this point in time, if we come out next year, draft a quarterback, he looks bad, we suck again, Aaron Glenn looks horrible, just move him. Just end the Jets franchise, get him out of New York, move him somewhere else, and just one team in New York. Just the Giants. Because it's getting to the point where it's just, like, embarrassing. Like, we are an actual embarrassment to the National Football League, and it's been like that for 15 years straight. And at some point, I think that the NFL should just, Roger Goodell should put his foot down and just say, enough is enough, you're done. You're done. Woody, you have to move the team. You got to change the name. You're done. And I would be okay with that if we're bad next year. Like, at some point, you have to put your foot down and go, this is just embarrassing. Yeah. So we're going to have to move you, and we're going to have to change everything about it, and that's that.
Mm-hmm.
And and the fact that I'm saying that should tell you how bad it's gotten and how bad it's going to get and the trajectory of the Jets franchise, because it's laughable. It's at this point, it's laughable.
I mean, there's other points earlier.
No, but this is the point. This is the point where we traded away capital for Aaron Rodgers for him to play 1 year. And then, I do love the move from Aaron Glenn to go, nope, fuck you. Because Aaron Rodgers basically was a cancer to that locker room, and it's the reason why we were that bad, because what the Jets had went, Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl, but it was with the greatest defense of all time. He's a really good quarterback, won MVPs. Let's put him in charge of the locker room and make him in charge of the culture. And he just ate ourselves alive because he's not a culture guy. He's never been a leader. So I like the move from Aaron Glenn just being like, yeah, no, you're not our quarterback.
Yeah.
Because things need to change, and I think that's a good precedent. And I am looking forward to seeing the culture that Aaron Glenn brings and seeing if he puts his foot down and is an actual leader, because we haven't had a leader at head coach in a long time. So I'm looking forward to that. I think it sends a good message to the fan base of just being like, hey, this guy was a problem. We want Garrett Wilson to stay. We want Breece Hall to stay. And these guys don't want to stay if he's at quarterback, which says a lot. And we're trying to build for the future. So Aaron Rodgers, you're done, man. You looked horrible all year. You blamed the red line on fucking Mike Will. Like, you're done. You're done. So, like, I'm good with that. I'm happy with that. Devontae Adams can also get the fuck out of here.
Like
he looked horrible.
Too, right?
Who gives a fuck about him? Hopefully this is a renaissance of Sauce Gardner in the defense now that they have a coach that apparently all of them really like. But, I mean, we'll see what happens, dude. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, of course the Jets had to do that the day after I fucking got smoked in every bet in the Super Bowl.
Dude.
So
also, some other Bears. How about some Bears news that I got this weekend? Shane Waldron didn't watch tape with Caleb Williams a singular time while he was his offensive coordinator.
Don't they have to be in the same room?
You would think so, right?
But isn't that what the quarterback room is, the OC, or no?
You would think so. Yeah, you would think so. Caleb Williams had to build a film room for himself and hire outside, like, people to come in and help him watch film. Not help him, just watch film with him.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's, like, actually insane.
But Jaden Daniels would have been completely fine on the Bears.
He would have. He's just more
Yeah,
mobile.
no coach.
He's way better.
Didn't even have a coach.
He's way better.
Sure, he'd have been perfectly fine.
Are people just saying random trades in chat, or are these things happening?
No, Bunny Cat Dog just saying random shit. He said random trades, Caleb tore his pec.
Sauce Gardner for Kool-Aid. Like, what are we doing right now, dude? I will say this, though. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give him one more chance. I'm going to call him Sauce again for the offseason. I'm I'm going to call him Sauce again when the season starts. Wow. I got one bad game, you're back to Ahmad. One bad game. One bad game, you're back to
Well, not
Ahmad.
one bad game. One bad game and some bullshit interview after the game. How about that?
Yeah, and something.
Maybe a bounce
and a
back.
tweet.
Yeah.
And a tweet.
Yeah.
Josh, when I tell you this was a nightmare weekend of epic proportions, day before Super Bowl, finally got our biggest game of the year. Where, I was talking to my buddy, regular season NBA games don't matter, but those games matter when you play the top half because you want to see how you play. You want to see how you respond to a team that just won the NBA Finals, and you want to see how good you are because they play hard in that regular season game. Like Celtics, Knicks, when you're at the top half and you could possibly see them later in the year, you're going to play as hard as you possibly can. I'm convinced Jason Tatum saw the clips. I'm convinced he knows who I am, and I'm convinced that whenever he has a chance, when he knows my eyeballs are going to be on a game, he just has to go ballistic, and that's what he did. And I turned the game off midway through the third quarter. That was genuinely one of the worst losses a basketball team that I've supported I've ever had to watch. Like, that was, from start to finish, just, like, embarrassing. Like, it was literally like betting on the Chiefs again. Everything went wrong. Everyone played bad. Brunson tried his hardest to carry us through that game, but, I mean, and it's tough because we're starting Precious Achiuwa. We're not fully healthy, and Precious Achiuwa is not an NBA starter. He's not. He shouldn't be starting in the NBA. He's great off the bench, but when you're playing an NBA championship caliber level team and your fourth man is Precious Achiuwa, that's really hard.
Yeah.
But you need to be able to make up for it because that's the reality of the NBA. Injuries are a reality of sports. We looked horrendous, dude. Like, we got spanked around. Jason Tatum dropped a 40 ball. And I'm praying that was just a bad game from the Knicks and not this is how far away you are from being a contender. Because if it was how far away you are from being a contender, that's going to be a really, 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 really harsh awakening for myself.
I think you guys will be okay. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough series, but just got to stay healthy and grind it out. It's going to be a grind. You're not just going to beat them.
But then it's frustrating because you watch a game like that and knowing we had injuries, and obviously Mitchell Robinson coming back will be huge. I think on the defensive end of the floor, he's going to be unbelievably helpful for this starting five that now has a little bit of injuries. But, man, we should have made more moves in the deadline because Precious Achiuwa cannot be your fourth. I love Deuce McBride. He can't be playing 20 minutes, 22 minutes. He can, but, like,
I think he can.
He's just, dude, he's a liability on defense,
Yeah.
dude. He's too small and he gets cooked. But he's so good on offense. He's got a fucking strap on him. But, I mean, yeah, it's tough, dude. It's tough, man. Like, that was just a tough game. To lose by that much was just so embarrassing and brutal. But
the people are asking about the darkness retreat.
We got what we got. Oh, yeah, we got to do that. I'll do like a 24-hour one. I ain't doing a fucking weekend. Actually, I feel like I shouldn't even have to do it because now he's not even on the team. And the only reason we did it is because I believed Aaron Rodgers was going to be our savior. And I would go to court now to argue that, like, the fact that he acted the way he did and what he did, that I shouldn't have to do that because fuck him. Like, doing that is supporting something that Aaron Rodgers did, and I'm out.
But you did.
And I'm out.
But that was like the bet was that, like, if Aaron Rodgers isn't that guy, I'll do this.
No, it was that if we don't make the playoffs.
Well, but you thought they were gonna make the playoffs because of Aaron Rodgers.
I feel like fine line. We could find somewhere in that contract where if the Jets fired their GM, head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, all in the same year, that maybe that doesn't count. And it came out that a 16-year-old is making draft picks and going in the locker room and talking to players, that maybe that one doesn't count.
Dude, I think that we could just do.
Oh yeah, I'll do it once Trent does 24 hours.
All right, maybe you guys can do it at the same time. Maybe you guys can do it together.
The darkness retreat?
Yeah, just sit in a room of darkness.
Anyone. If I'm doing a darkness retreat, I need to be by myself.
I think we just find a room, make it pitch black, and just throw like a night vision camera in there, and you're just sitting there for 24 hours. What do you think about that?
Maybe.
Trent does have to do the 24 hours.
Potentially that. I also think that comment's kind of funny. You could just make a 2-minute TikTok glazing Tatum.
Dude, actually, dude, that would actually be hilarious to do them simultaneously, and Trent can like bring you in and keep an eye on you during the 24 hours. That'd be kind of funny.
Keep an eye on me.
You know what I
in
mean?
24 hours.
Just like kind of like commentating your darkness retreat.
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be kind of funny.
I do owe Trent a massive apology because I feel like I bullied him for a full year of just being like, could have got Pat Mahomes plus chicken, and then he had a chance to fade him.
And then he fucking did
I
it.
feel like the voice in his head was me
100%.
saying that. So
100%.
I do owe Trent an apology. I apologize for that.
He was never taking the Eagles though. Yeah. There was a couple of times he's like, dude, I just feel like I'm on the wrong side. Like right after he placed the bet, I'm like, why are you saying that?
You know what? I've never seen Trent place a bet and be like, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
So he's
that's
always like,
also
I'm on the
very
wrong side.
true.
But I do apologize because that was brutal. That was brutal.
Yeah.
That was brutal. And I know he heard my voice the minute the Chiefs made that Super Bowl. I know he did.
Yeah.
I know he did. Every
they
time
were
he
plus
sat down
chick.
in this chair, we were like, they're just going to do it again.
They weren't plus chick though.
That's true. And we could have just had the plus chicken. I'm just going to start doing that from now on. Just give me the plus chicken in every Super Bowl. Whatever.
Yeah.
See how things shake. Yeah, that was tough, dude. The donation video.
That was so funny.
That was tough.
He was like, yo, get me telling all these Eagles fans they're donating.
But, dude, I'll tell you what, though. I was doing the same thing to my friends that are Eagles fans. I was like, how much money did you throw away today? So I did the same thing, dude. Like, I did the same thing. So it's just tough. It's tough. Shit. It's a tough pill to swallow, man, that went the way it did after all the shit that I was talking. Yeah, I did also tweet Chiefs are going to skull fuck the Eagles. That also happened. You know, there's not much on my account that aged well for that Super Bowl. There's not much. You could pretty much go back and find 50-plus tweets of shit that didn't age well from that Super Bowl, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's okay, because you know what? We got another chance next year.
We
got
do.
another chance next year.
We do. It's hilarious. Jovan lived rent-free in Trent side during that Super Bowl. It's just so fucked that I feel like they were, like, arguing out, like, over nothing. Jovan fed him cake fucking last year with the 49ers and then got his lick back this year, but I don't know if he'd be talking shit right side. You knew the Eagles were the right, like, as a gambler, you knew that the Eagles were the right bet.
I'm not going to lie to you. There was not an ounce of my
Really?
body that thought the Eagles were going to win that game.
I didn't.
I'm not
Think,
gonna
well,
sit
that's
up here
why
and
I thought the
play
Eagles were the
the-
right bet because I didn't think they
Dude.
had a chance to win the game and they were plus 1.5.
If
But I could
I-
not bet against the Chiefs.
If I
the
do
Chiefs are
that,
going to win the game.
If I stand up here, Josh, and do that, I would be the biggest fucking coward of all time because I told this chat every fucking weekend and every time we watch football that the Chiefs were going to do it again
yeah.
and that they are inevitable and that Pat Mahomes is goated. And I said that to them every fucking time there was football on. So when I put that bet in, there was not, and I want the chat to know this, there was not an ounce of doubt in my head that the Chiefs were going to skull fuck the Eagles. When I tweeted that I wasn't doing it for click, there was not an ounce of my body that thought the Eagles are going to beat the Chiefs. I thought 2,000% I was on the right side, just like I did last year against the Niners.
Yeah. I mean, dude, the
But
reason
what
why
happened was the Eagles were the better team and the Chiefs looked bullshit
Yeah.
all year, and I was on the wrong side. But I want them to know I meant it when I said they were going to do it again. I meant it when I said they were going to skull fuck the Eagles, and I got skull fucked.
Yeah. I mean, the reason I'm saying that is because, like, the reason I thought the Chiefs are going to win and bet on them to win and rode with them the entire year to win is because you had to show me that they weren't going to win. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Show me they weren't going to do it. Show me they didn't get the refs on their side.
It wasn't even show me
the
they weren't.
entire
I just
game.
believed they were. I was like,
Well,
they're
that's what I'm
going to
saying.
do
Well-
it. Like, they're going to do it. Like, Jalen Hurts is going to beat the Eagles. Oh, wait, that's right. Jalen Hurts
Yeah,
just
I mean,
skull fuck
the
Pat Mahomes.
Eagles on paper are 1,000% the better team. Not even close. Like, player for player, it's not even
Not close.
comparable.
I also think, like, I agree
Quarterback,
with this-
obviously, is way different. But
I agree with this comment as well. Like, why are Eagles bettors being so rude about Chiefs bets? Like, what? I also
You
will like.
won.
I'll eat it of being like, yeah, that was a bad bet. I'm never not taking fucking Pat Mahomes. Like, what are we? Like, what are we talking about, dude?
yeah.
Like, what are we talking about?
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's brutal, man. It's brutal. It's brutal. And I'll
100%.
eat it. And I ate it all day yesterday. I had so many Eagles friends texting me horrible things yesterday.
Dude, the amount of people in New Orleans, too, that were like, there were like so many Eagles fans, like, pissed off after the game. Like, chirping, like, Chiefs fans were saying, like, nothing. And they were, like, chirping the living shit out of them on the streets. Like, it's like, dude, did you not just win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, but that's Philly though.
I understand that, but, like,
that's what they do.
no, I know, but it's like, that's actually
They don't enjoy
scale.
winning.
That's
they
what I'm saying.
enjoy
It's like the
saying,
people
"Fuck
losing.
you."
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, that's what they do, man.
I did not like that.
That's
It was
what they
just
do.
weird. It was just weird. It was like, did you not just win the fucking Super Bowl?
Yeah, but they don't care. They don't.
Crazy.
That's why you gotta love Philly, man. That's why Philly.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta love Philly. Don't worry. We'll get our look back for the Philly fans when the
Because
next beat
Chiefs
'em in the
fans
playoffs.
chirped hella pregame.
Also, Chiefs.
So
fans,
did Eagles fans.
I
It's
will
the
say,
fucking
though-
Super Bowl. That's the whole thing. Like
I will say,
both
though-
fans cheat. Like they chirp each other before the game, and then after the game, when you win, you won. So you celebrate.
But I will
That's
say
the
though,
whole fucking point.
I will say though, for 2 years, Chiefs fans were so obnoxious.
Oh,
and if there was
dude,
ever,
I hate Chiefs.
no, but if
fans.
there was ever a team
yeah, it's
to
probably
put them
that.
back
yeah.
in their place after
Yeah.
a game, and keep in mind, those Eagles fans probably remember those Chiefs fans talking shit after they lost 2 years ago, 3
Yeah.
years ago. So this was the ultimate Philly get
No,
back
but dude,
spot.
the Chiefs weren't even fucking talking. The only narrative after that game was Eagles fans fucking bitching about the holding call. That's
no,
all
right,
it
but
was.
there was
That's all that was after that game.
no, there was some chirpage. There was some chirpage. And listen, here's the thing: you got Pat Mahomes, eat the fucking chirps. You're fine. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah,
You got Pat
they
Mahomes.
weren't too worried about it. The people
Yeah,
there
no
were like,
shit,
dude, we
dude.
just won too.
Yeah, have it.
Yeah.
It's literally have it. They've been there 3 years in a row.
Yeah. They don't really give a fuck. Oh my god, dude. 1,000 Lockmouth would be a nightmare.
Oh, tell me he didn't text Trent.
He called Trent.
Oh, did
Trent
he pick up?
could not have clicked decline faster. He was like, if that motherfucker thinks I'm answering that call right now.
I tried to call Trent really late night just to be like, dude, I'm so sorry. They didn't pick up. And I was like, I didn't expect him
Yeah.
to pick up, but I was like,
He's probably asleep, dude.
Dude,
He was we were both so tired.
I was just like sitting and I was just like,
Dude, but Lockie calling him
it's crazy, dude.
while he's sitting just.
Oh, man, dude.
This chair's going to break if I lean all the way back. But
People don't understand, like, dude, when Trent's losing a bet, like, it's not fun in games.
no, it's not.
It's not fun in games, dude. It's
It is
not
not.
fun in games. It's really not fun in games. Dude, if people, for a I think it was a $500 Fugazi, last time I was on Night Sweats, I, like, trolled him by saying the Blues didn't score and the Blues scored, and he was, like, actually mad at me. I can't imagine 11 racks on the game, and you guys are trying to call him. Yeah. to gloat. You guys are trying to call. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
It was funny.
But
Everyone said, like, thought he was crying before, when the Chiefs
he
were
was definitely
losing.
just smacked. He definitely hit the pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. He
It
was
was
definitely
so
high
funny.
as a bot in GTA.
It's like, dude, he was
Oh.
actually perfect. He was actually so sad, though, the entire time.
No, I know he was sad for sure.
Dude, he didn't stand up for the last 2 hours of the game, and the people in front of us were standing the entire time.
Dude, I'm not shocked, dude. I would have done the same thing, bro. That's rat.
It was so bad. Yeah, I
That
felt
is
so bad
rat,
for him.
dude. That is rat, dude.
I felt so. I mean, I gave up too. Like, I was on the Chiefs. I wagered plenty of money on him as well, and I gave up quick. I kind of took the
Dude, I'm
emotions
a
out of
never
it pretty
say
quick.
die, dude. It was over.
Yeah,
Once
same.
Travis Kelce dropped that first down,
Yeah.
it was fucking over.
Well, dude, I'm like the type of person that'll just think about every scenario that could possibly happen for us to come back in this game. Like when we were down 24-0 going into half, I was like, okay, it's Patrick Mahomes. They need 3 touchdowns.
100%.
But once
Come out-
they got stopped, I
come
was
out
like, all right,
3-0,
it's
it's
over.
done.
Then I knew it
It's
was
done.
over.
It's done. It's done. It's done. Well, it's cool to see Cooper DeJean get a pick 6, though. I know
Very
we clap
cool.
for it, but, you know, we don't get that a lot at that position
You do
with
not.
a guy like that.
Like
There was a
what?
part of me that went, go, go, go.
Dude,
You can do it. You can
the
do it.
kid
you
in
can
front
do
of
it,
me,
You can do it. You
the
can do
kid, the Eagles fan in front of us had Reed Blankenship to get a pick, and when he picked it, I was like, oh my god.
it. Oh.
Me and him were spazzing, but no, it was Cooper, but it was sick. He was still hyped because he was an Eagles fan.
Yeah,
They got a
I
fucking
mean, yeah,
pick
he's
6.
probably
but
fucking busting, dude.
it was so funny.
Yeah, D Hop also dropping a wide open pass. Like it was just, it was chalk. It's chalk.
Yeah.
All right, let's surf some slate. We got an awesome college basketball board today that we're gonna go through. So let's do it.
Let's do it.
Welcome back to Slate Surfers, the part of the show where we give you all the plays and parlays you need on a Tuesday. Someone asked, is it crazy that Trent blocked Chelly? It's a crazy move. I get it. They cooked that 4-piece together. I just don't understand putting all the blame on Chelly. I feel like they had equal parts in the 4-man. But I think when you're Trent and everything is going wrong and you full faded the 4-man, I get where the block comes from. But that's something they got to figure out in their own time.
I don't think that 4-man was brought up a singular time during the game between us. He chalked that
you had Saquon
quicker
rush yards.
than anything I've ever seen.
Saquon rush yards was tough. But you know what? I'm sitting there with Hollywood Touch. The whole company was in rat other than Krabs and Jovan. And Lauren was busting because she picked 2 of the correct wide receivers. But yeah, them blocking each other, they got to figure that out in their own time. That's a them deal.
I'm sure he's okay.
I'm sure they're fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're fine.
The thing about Trent is that in this game, at least, he will be able to live with the fact that he took Patrick Mahomes, I think, at the end of the day. Even though it was soul-sucking. He kept saying that before the game. Like, if he would have taken the Eagles and they would have lost like that, he would be in shambles. I think he'll be all right, though.
No, I think they'll be fine. They'll be fine. All right, Josh, let's hear some slate. This college basketball board is some of the best I've seen in a really long time. And it starts with Auburn versus Vanderbilt. I think I'm inside this slate again today, and I'm starting to feel really good, Josh. I've been unbelievably hot in college basketball, and I feel like we haven't really talked about it enough. But I think that's fair because then I give out Hollywood Brown, I give out the Chiefs, I give out heads, I give out the over, and that's okay. I can eat that.
Well, the overhead.
I can eat that. Well, not on the anthem.
Oh, yeah.
On the anthem. I like Auburn -9.5 here on the road after a tough game at home. I think this is a great spot to grab the Auburn Tigers. And I think this is going to be one of the best teams in college basketball. They are one of the best teams in college basketball, and I think they're just going to continue to get better and better. And what Auburn is really good at is playing really, really, really bad teams and beating them up really, 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 really bad. And I think Vanderbilt is a very, very, very bad team, and I think Auburn is a very, very good team.
You think Vanderbilt's a very, very bad
team? I do. They've squeaked out some covers for us. They've squeaked out some wins this year, but I think
they're a good
Chrysler 300 looks like a Phantom till a Phantom pulls up. And this is one of those things where, like, you think they're a good team, and then they're going to play Auburn, and they're going to lose.
Well, not as good as Auburn, but they're a good team.
But I think they're going to play a good team, and that's where good teams go to die.
I like Vanderbilt in this game. I think they cover, and I like the over more, though. That's why I want to ride with the overs because I think Vandy stays in this game. They score a ton of points. Their defense doesn't really work, and Auburn's going to be putting up points. I could see this game being, like, 90 to, like, 80-something. Might be a very
Excuse me, sorry, that was gross. Okay, I like it. I'm taking the over in Florida, Mississippi State. That's an S-tier bet.
Okay.
S-tier bet. I also just want to say, too, I'm going to take Florida, even though they're coming off of just beating another number 1 team in the country. Florida is unbelievable this year. Walter Clayton is playing at a level we haven't seen yet from him, and that's getting draftable level year of play out of him, probably in the second round because I don't know how to pick guys, but if I'd pick him in the first round. But every time I say that, they fall like late second. But I'm taking Florida here, even though this line screams Mississippi State. I mean, if you've been betting the systems, if the system's isn't working, it's absolutely Mississippi State. But this is one of those where I'm just going to take the better team here, and I think Florida is the better team, and I genuinely do think that they're going to tip this game as an underdog. But the over is an S tier. I'm going to put Florida at like a B tier, but I have to ride with this team. I've been riding with them all year, and in a spot like this where they can really, really, really make a statement, I'm going to take Florida here. We didn't even talk about Luka playing for the Lakers.
No, we did not.
Fuck.
I mean, you only played like 20 minutes, right?
Bullshit, dude.
You only played like 20 minutes, right?
I mean, but dude, he looked weird. It looked good.
Yeah.
He still's fucking goated after taking that much time off the court. I mean, the fact that I saw a tweet when LeBron needs rest, they can bring in Luka when they're rotating and off of separate lineups. But I'll say it, he looked horrible in Laker yellow. He looked horrible in Laker yellow.
Yeah.
We've yet to see a white guy look good in Laker yellow. I'll just say that. We don't look good in yellow.
Well, just, the color.
We don't look good in yellow.
The purple looks good.
The purple looks great. We don't look good in yellow, so he doesn't look good in yellow.
Yeah.
Doesn't look good in yellow.
Yeah.
But he's going to be unbelievable on that team, dude. You're telling me on a minutes restriction he had that good of a game? Give me a fucking break.
He's like 14, 5, and 4 or something.
Give me a fucking break.
In 20 minutes.
Give me a fucking break. Give me
He was 1 for 7 from 3. Like, he didn't even shoot well.
Didn't shoot well at all, dude. Like, they're going to be so good, it's horrendous. Like, when he is fully healthy and ready to clip, they are going to be so good.
Another thing we didn't talk about, the trade getting rescinded.
Oh, yeah, Mark Williams must have knees made of cobblestone.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
I mean,
that is brutal.
it sucks for them, but it might be a blessing in disguise. Who knows?
Could be.
It's gonna be weird for Connect.
But now that
It's gotta be weird for Connect going back to that
Yeah, he's
team
like-
though.
I saw him on the bench, but everyone
Yeah.
was like, damn, he don't want to be there.
Yeah, it's probably fine. It's like, oh wait, actually, I don't have to go to Charlotte. I get to stay in LA. Sure, I'd
Yeah,
probably.
but I don't think he gets along with
LeBron.
JJ Redick.
Oh really?
There's been so many clips of him like yelling at Connect during the game, like that play was for you. So I don't know. I don't think they get along. Oh, it's his back.
Oh really?
His back's made of cobblestone. He's got a
Mm.
cobblestone back. One bump, everything falls apart. All right. I'm taking Kentucky at home plus 2.5, and I will be taking this over as well. Kentucky plus 2.5. I'd put that at a B tier with Florida. This is one where you could definitely lose your ass because Tennessee has looked very, 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 very good this year. I don't mind Zakai Ziegler P&A today. I need to look at the square again. But in big games, you just kind of go to that kid. He's very much like a Nemhard. We always took them in big games, PRA, PA, and they always come through. This is going to be a battle, though. If you're betting on Kentucky with me today, this is going to be an absolute battle, but I'm trusting that they defend the home court today, even though Tennessee has made a point to beat teams on their own floor this year. But I do like Kentucky or plus 2.5, like a B-tier bet. I wouldn't be shocked if this gets up to 3.5. So wait to put in all these wagers because I think these lines are going to move a lot. Purdue, Michigan, you couldn't pay me to bet on this Michigan team again this year, so I'm not doing it. I'm just not even going to touch this game. Every time I've tried to fade Purdue, they've banged me out. Every time I've taken Purdue this year, they've lost. So this is just an unbettable game, and I'm going to be able to go to bed at night knowing that this is an unbettable game, and I don't need to bet it. So not betting it, not touching it.
Okay.
Give me Iowa State minus 8.5 in a bounce-back spot against UCF. I think they just belt to ass this UCF team. This UCF team is not good. This UCF team has gotten blown out a lot this year, and Iowa State needs this very badly. So give me the minus 8.5, dude. For sure. Iowa State, that's A tier. Iowa State minus 8.5. I do agree Purdue is a sneaky Final Four team. No Jackson Robinson for Kentucky does concern me. That's why I want to see how that line moves. I'm just letting you guys know right now where I'm at. Cincinnati, Utah, unbettable. Give me West Virginia at home ML against BYU. This is just a classic slow the game down, play West Virginia ball. Play West Virginia ball, slow the game down. Play West Virginia ball, slow the game down, and beat BYU. You're seeing a really low over on here because West Virginia plays slow defensive ball.
I love that.
Slow the game down, beat BYU at your own game, West Virginia money line at home.
Love that.
Josh, I mean,
Why don't we just take the better team?
Syracuse?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me Syracuse. Plus Chick, ML, plus 105. I don't give a fuck. JJ Starling drops 30 on this
Miami's
Miami
so
team.
bad.
Vegas Tom, please subscribe to Prime. That's 22 months on the
Shout.
9-month streak. Here we go. I'm absolutely taking Syracuse here. We gotta go. We gotta go with our guy.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta go JJ Starling points. He's gonna bust. And they're gonna beat Miami. Miami's fucking rat
They're
piss.
so bad.
So give me Syracuse for sure.
So bad.
Are you touching any of these MAC games?
Bro.
No?
You think I'm not touching any of these Maggie?
Well, that's what I'm saying. What are you touching? Matt C says, take the opposite of what these kids say. I dare you.
I want to touch the Akron over so badly.
Touch it.
156.5.
I think you should touch it.
I want to take that. I
you
think
should.
Akron puts up a You know what? Akron team total over.
Wow. I love that.
Because I don't really love Western Michigan, but I think Akron puts up a gazillion points on this team.
No, I love that. I love that audible.
Let's do that.
I literally love that audible.
Let's do that.
I really want to take Loyola Chicago minus 4.5, but as we know, betting college basketball, Shefty, how we doing? Minus 4.5 is the cursed spread in all of college basketball. So I will not be taking it. Maybe the ML and a parlay that I will be doing today because we need to get Super Bowl coin back.
Yeah.
So I got news for you. We're parlaying all week. We are parlaying all week. All right, I'm moving my way down the slate. We're taking Kansas State plus 3.5 at home. That's just been a system all year, and they will cover. I promise we had them against Kansas. They covered that game as well. Kansas State, when they're at home, is a covering machine. Arizona is not that good. Caleb Love is not that guy. And give me Kansas State plus 3.5 here at home. I think Doug McDaniel has 15, 20 points. I love this spot for Kansas State here at home, plus 3.5. Anytime that they've given us Kansas State with points at home, we've taken it. And it is profitable. So You don't even have to look at the game. They're playing Kansas. They get points. We're taking the points. I don't care about the read. There's just certain systems that I'm following this year. That is a system. Why the fuck is Illinois minus 6.5?
I do not know.
Why? Who did that?
I do not know.
Who did that? Josh,
I don't even know if I can't touch that game.
Who did that? Who did that? Who made Illinois minus 6.5 at home today? Who did that?
I don't know, dude.
Guys, who did that? Who the hell just did that? I'm not touching that game.
Yeah, I'm not touching
My
that game.
poopy brain says, feed me UCLA plus 6.5. I
Yeah.
would put a mortgage on that. But why is that?
I don't know.
UCLA's looked so good. At home, given. They've not looked great on the road this year, but I feel like Illinois in every spot like this, you take a minus 6.5, they lose by 15.
Yeah.
I'm not touching it.
The place,
I wanna
it's
touch
Illinois.
it.
It has to be.
I want to touch it, dude. I'm not going to touch it. George Mason St. Louis is going to be a really, really, really great game. If you just like the sport of basketball and you like mid-majors, watch that game. I don't know what I want to do betting on it. I feel like taking the home team in matchups like this in mid-majors works out really, really well. But I have seen reports that this George Mason team is obscenely gritty, and I wouldn't be shocked if there was a team in mid-major basketball that could get one on this St. Louis team on the road. Ron Muck says, Mike, your team's playing today on your show. We're going to talk about it. We will talk about some PLL, in case you're wondering. The Summer Series.
Oh, really?
Yep. Dude, Diana Taurasi set that Illinois line. Did you see that?
Said what?
Diana Taurasi set that Illinois line. What a bitch. What a bitch.
What a bitch.
Setting that line, dude. Fuck Diana Taurasi. For those of you that are new to the show, I hate Diana Taurasi. I just feel like that wasn't prefaced before I just called her a bitch, but I hate her. For a good reason from last year.
Yeah.
As the Big East guy, do not touch DePaul Marquette. Big spreads, Big East, don't do it. If there's a team that could lose by 18, it's DePaul. If there's a team that could lose outright as a minus 17.5 favorite this year, it's Marquette. Don't do it. Don't do it. Josh, Alabama S-tier bet. Alabama S-tier bet. I have made a living fading Texas this year in
I
college
hate
basketball.
Alabama today.
I love Alabama today.
I hate
I think the way that they play and how young Texas is and how they rely on a freshman guard to do pretty much everything and how streaky Jordan Pope is and how bad Arthur Kaluma has looked, they're going to get run out of this gym. So give me Alabama minus 3.5. I think they're going to get run out of this gym. They're going to speed up this Texas clock, and this Texas team doesn't have the veteranship or seniority to slow down the clock, and they're just going to be jockeying. And in a jock fest, I'm taking this Alabama team 9 times out of 10. And I think this Alabama team has turned the corner since benching Mark Sears, then starting him again, then benching him, then starting him again. I think Mark Sears is going to go ballistic today. I don't see Trey Johnson being able to guard him. I think Grant Nelson is going to go crazy today. I don't see Arthur Kaluma being able to guard him. And I think they're going to run him out of the gym. I think they're going to run Texas out of the gym.
Okay. I think
Alabama.
Texas wins this game, honestly. I think they match up pretty well against them. I think they're going to out-rebound Bama like they did against us. I think Texas is a tough matchup for smaller teams in the SEC. I think they beat Bama. I think Bama's speed is actually going to hurt them in this game.
I don't think so. It's very hard for the thing that they're the best at to hurt them.
Yeah, we'll see. It's a
It
tough place to play, too.
It is.
Weirdly.
is, but they're not that great this year, so I
They're
don't know
not.
if they
They're.
pack house
But dude, the
as much as
SEC,
you'd think.
the SEC is so good this year. Dude, they're gonna pack house against Bama, against number 2 team in the country. They're packing house
potential.
for sure.
There's pack house potential.
Dude, people are like Texas is in the tournament right now, quote unquote, in the tournament, and they're 4-7 in the SEC.
Yeah,
The SEC is good,
the SEC's always good. SEC's always
not this good.
good. Can we get Texas A&M back on track here? Minus 8.5 against Georgia. Get a Wade Taylor game going. He's down to 15.5 points. Prize picks. I'm definitely taking that today. I think Mark Sears and Wade Taylor points, the SEC 2-pack, is something I love today on Prize Picks. I think the Aggies get back on track here, dude. I
Well,
think
they
the
just
Aggies
won.
get back on track.
No,
But like they
beat us.
looked phenomenal. Then they had an injury. Then they looked kind of mid. They still squeaked out some games. Then they looked really bad. Then now they're getting back on track, and I'm ready for A&M to be a powerhouse again. Dude, preseason I thought this team was gonna be a top 5 team in the country.
they're
And, like,
damn close.
I know they're getting close. So let's get him back up there. I like when A&M is good at basketball. And I think if there was a team to walk in A&M and get kind of poopied on, it's fucking Georgia. So give me A&M minus 8.5. Give me Wade Taylor points. Big East game of the year, UConn Creighton. UConn just lost at home.
UConn stinks this year, dude.
Oh, yeah, I just don't know what to do with this UConn team, dude.
It's Creighton. It has to be.
I know, but then Creighton in a big spot scares the shit out of me.
Dude, UConn. Fuck UConn, dude. Me and Trent took the over in the UConn game. Who they played the other day? St. John's. Is that who it was?
Mm-hmm.
They had 40 points total in the first 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Looked awesome. The over was like 142.5 or something. Looked so good. They scored. I'm pretty sure in the second half, there was like a span of like 8 minutes where both teams combined to score for like 4 points. And it was the worst sequence of basketball I've ever seen in my entire fucking life.
I was on St. John's, so I was loving it. But I think I'm going to take UConn plus 4.5 here, dude. I just don't like this Creighton team is not them. And I know it, and I believe it in my heart of hearts. But it's so hard for me to fade this Creighton team at the same time with 4.5 points. It's the curse spread.
Yeah, it is.
2 layups, and you're there. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have to really think about this game. Like, seriously think about it. So I'm not even going to try to force one out right now. I will take the curse spread on the other side. Give me SMU minus 4.5. I think they match up great against Pitt. I like that they're at home. I like this SMU team this year. This is going to be a sweat, though, because SMU does not like to blow teams out.
I said it's a weird spread
So keep
for
that in
how much better SMU has been in conference this year and at home.
Yeah.
It's a short spread.
We got back-to-back curse spreads because I will also be taking Penn State plus 4.5 on the road going
I like
to
that.
USC.
I actually do like that a lot. That's also a weird spread.
Yeah, really weird.
It's
Well, the
short.
4.5 is just cursed. It could be weird for either team.
Yeah.
But I do like Penn State here with the points going against USC. USC at home, though, has kind of been a wagon, and that does scare me a little bit. I'd put Penn State at like a C. I'd put SMU at like a B. I'd put A&M at an A. I'd put Alabama at an S. Other than that, I don't like anything else. So what's the plan B? What's already locked?
It's already locked is the Bama game.
Okay.
166.5.
I like that.
In the plan B, I want to go to Santa Clara plus 8.5 on the road against St. Mary's. I think St. Mary's, everyone's thinking that they're starting to be St. Mary's again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they are. And I want to take 8.5 points at Santa Clara. Plus 8.5.
All right.
We want to hit the PP board?
Let's do it. I really like Wade Taylor points today. I think, like I already said, my little SEC 2-pack is going to be Wade Taylor, Mark Sears points, and just go to the best players on the court for both in games that I think are going to be high scoring and in games where I think you go to your best guys. So that will be an SEC 2-pack from me. I really like Ace Baldwin points for Penn State going against USC, even though that's going to be kind of a slugfest. And I love J.J. Starling points for Syracuse. I mean, it's high for a reason. He's a bucket, and in a game like that where it's two shitty teams beating up each other, I don't know who the fuck's going to guard J.J. Starling. So,
Give me
Belemi Chef.
Kaluma points and rebounds. I love it.
Arthur Kaluma.
22.5.
Arthur Kaluma.
Who else?
She. That's the way I like it. Fuck that song. Sorry, Chad. I'm just checking the threes really quick.
That's what I'm looking at too. I'm in there.
Could go Agbo threes, but he's junk. I've taken that too many times, and he's fucking. Ty Barry's chart is weird.
What about J.J. Starling More than 2.5 demon.
I don't hate that.
He hasn't hit in the last 4 games.
Kind of reminds me of DeMar DeRozan. He like lives on the mid. Yeah, I don't hate that though. Yeah, maybe little demon Starling threes with a little demon Doug McDaniel threes.
Don't hate that.
That's the way I like it. Caleb Love can't guard shit, dude. What the fuck are we talking about, dude?
I mean, I feel like Ziegler has also been busting from 3 the last couple games since he's been healthy.
Looking at that too.
Not a bad play.
Jelly Walker points. Thanks, Jote.
Jelly Walker.
He was
So goated.
He like might be one of the most goated guys potentially in college basketball history.
He went to Minnesota and then Iona, right? Or Elon. Which one? Iona, right?
UAB.
Jelly Walker.
He got drafted at a UAB, but he did go to
Who's the guy that started the Jelly fam?
That's
Him.
not Jelly Walker.
Who is that?
That's the kid that went to Minnesota. Jelly Walker was really small. He
So
was
was
part
this
of the
guy.
Jelly fam.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not the one that started. Jelly was
Who's the guy that
UAB.
started the Jelly fam? What was his name?
Jelly Walker was UAB.
What was his name?
I think Tulane to UAB or no. I forget where
like
Jelly
buck
Walker went.
teeth.
I forget where Jelly Walker went, but it was definitely UAB.
Isaiah Washington.
The go. The actual go.
He went to Iona, right?
Who?
Isaiah Washington after Minnesota. I think he went to
He
Iona.
definitely went to
or, like,
Minnesota. I
Elon
don't know
or
where he
something.
went after that. I don't know where he
I remember
went for
was
that.
jellying on dudes at Elon or Iona. I forget.
Josh, should we give out Champions League plays?
Sure, I'm down.
What do we got over there? Someone said that we should give them out. I'm not totally tapped yet. I will
Okay.
be over the summer.
Today there are 4 games. We got Brest against PSG, Man City against Real Madrid, Juve versus PSV, and Lisbon versus Dortmund. Real Madrid, Man City over.
Yup.
Atalanta still in Champions League,
Got
and
it.
they're a favorite tomorrow.
Got it. Give me PSG minus 1.5, the over, and Man City, Real Madrid, and
Juve
Dortmund money line.
plus 210.
Yep. Taking
Wow.
a shot.
I don't hate that.
Those are not officials. I've barely been watching the Champions League except when Liverpool plays. So just shh. Everybody shh. Shh. All right.
Is Liverpool out?
That'll do it, dude.
Is Liverpool out of the Champions League? They might have got knocked out, bro.
I think they did get knocked out. I don't think we made the Champions League this year. We
Oh,
didn't
really?
qualify. We're going to win the league, though.
Yeah, you're gonna.
All right.
Next year.
Here we go. Little inspiration, little motivation. Josh, say goodbye to the people.
Peace out.
All right. We end every episode with a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of motivation. Liverpool's number 1 in the league. Yeah. In Champions League. Yeah, we're goated, dude. Why are you making me... Why'd you just do that to me? You just made me so nervous that we got
I just
knocked
don't
out.
see
We were,
him-
like, literally finished
I just
top.
don't see him on. There's like they have every.
Yeah, because we have the
single team.
bye.
Okay, there you go.
God, you made me feel nervous there for a second. I was like, what the fuck am I talking about? SEC 2-piece, Mark Sears, Wade Taylor, go to your guts. All right, listen up. Little inspiration, little motivation, the way we end every episode. I feel like I do just want to talk about, yeah, that was Bozos. I do want to talk about, I had something else prepared, but then on my drive over, I was like, I feel like this is just way easier to talk about than whatever else I had prepared. And it's going to sound a little cheesy and corny, but I kind of want to just talk about Jalen Hurts a little bit. I feel like that is the epitome of someone that you look up to if you feel like you're going through it. I mean, when you think about Jalen Hurts, he was ranked the 3rd best dual-threat quarterback in his class coming out of high school, wasn't even number 1. Ended up at Alabama, made a national championship, got benched. Had to transfer because then he lost his job to a true freshman. Went to Oklahoma. Got drafted in the 2nd round. Not a 1st overall pick, not a 2nd overall pick, not a 3rd overall pick. Got drafted in the 2nd round to the Philadelphia Eagles. His first year, made the playoffs, got bounced, and pretty much the fan base wanted to give up on him. Then he made the biggest game of all time and lost. And it felt like every time he had a good game, it was some other factor. Every time they had a bad game, it was on him. And I think when you listen to a guy like that speak, and the reason why, sometimes people meme him, I've never seen a better mental headspace than Jalen Hurts and some of the stuff he says. When he talks about, I carry my scars with me everywhere I go, I think that's, I don't think we think about that enough as people, that everyone around us is carrying the scars of whatever they've gone through around them all the time. And I think something that I learned from that is Jalen Hurts carries the scars around with him everywhere he goes from his career, but you've never seen him treat someone badly. You've never seen him talk bad about somebody. And I think that's just a great way to think about, I have scars from things that have gone wrong in my life or things that I've done wrong in my life, but the stronger person is the one that doesn't take those things out on the people around them. And I think you see that with Jalen Hurts when, he never talks bad about his coaches. He never talks bad about his teammates. But he carries the scars of the things he's been through around him all the time. And I think too many times we have those scars and we carry them around and then we treat the people around us like shit because we're hurt and we're healing. And that's not a way to live. It's not a way to act. It's not a way to treat people. When you think about Jalen Hurts, the amount of times people have given up on him, the amount of times people have said shit about him, I'm one of them. And he has only ever dealt with any situation with just the most purest form of class. And I think it's just a great, great, great lesson on being where your feet are at, trusting your process, knowing what you're capable of. And like what we talk about every day is just taking one step forward. If Jalen Hurts gave up when he got benched at Alabama, you wouldn't have a Super Bowl. If Jalen Hurts gave up after he lost his first Super Bowl, he wouldn't have a Super Bowl. And I think just taking someone like that, who a lot of kids look up to, a lot of adults cheer for, and really removing the sports and looking at the person and what they've gone through. And, the recipe to success is really just keeping that self-belief, taking that step forward every day, understanding that there's going to be losses in life, dude. If everyone could win every single day, what would be the point? What would be the point if you could just win every single day? And I mean, we're living the human experience, which means there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. It's very hard to stay in the middle. But I think when things do go wrong, just understanding that you're going to be fine, you're going to get through it, and you just got to keep pushing because on the other side is always something way better, way brighter, way greener. I love you guys so much. We end every episode with the same way, which is just take one step forward. I know how hard life can be, and sometimes you take a step backwards. Hell, I take a step backwards all the time. But I think we've learned through doing this show that the strongest person is the one that attempts to take the step forward. It's not about the result. It's just about the attempt. And there's going to be things that go wrong, man. There's going to be days where you have a bad day. There's going to be times where you feel like you don't get treated well. There's going to be times where you feel like everything is going against you. And it could be in your betting. It could be in your personal life. And I know sometimes you wake up and you're like, dude, does it feel like life just wants me to lose in every way possible? Why is life making me feel like I'm waking up angry? But I think something that I've learned and that I've tried to preach to you guys is just trying to take that step forward every single day to be a better person, to treat the people around you a little bit better, to be the person that people look forward to seeing every day. And it's tough to do that. It's tough because it's real easy to feel upset and it's real easy to feel anger and it's real easy to take that anger out on other people. But if we just wake up every single morning and we try to take that step forward and try to be the better person, I think we're going to be much farther down the line than if we do the opposite. But I know how hard it can be sometimes, and if you need some help, I'm always here to help carry you across the line. I love you. If you haven't heard that today, I just wanted you to hear it from me. I love you, whoever you are in this chat. And I do not have the words to express how thankful I am for you guys showing up today, for you guys showing up every single time we do this show. It means the world. We had a almost record high in the YouTube today, I noticed, so I want to shout out you guys in the YouTube. I want to shout out you guys in the chat that show up every single day on Twitch as well. It means the world. The fact that I can get up here and talk about sports and you guys can rag at me and we can have some fun going back and forth. You have no idea how much it means. I love every single one of you, regardless of if you like me, if you don't, if you show up here for a hate watch. It's okay either way, because the support you show this show means the actual world to me. Take one step forward. I know how hard it can be. I love you guys so much. We'll see you here tomorrow, same time, same place. Go check out BTL right after this if you haven't. Same stream. But I really do love you guys. Hopefully you're doing all right. I know sometimes the beginning of the week can be tough, but let's just try to start strong. Let's try to end strong. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Hopefully you had a great Super Bowl. Football is officially over, which is tough. So now we got to lean on college basketball, NBA, and all the rest, but we'll be back with football next year, so don't worry.